reasoning on why it wouldn't matter what the physical interpretation for a said concept would look like is already justified in text. Saying anything otherwise, even though it's already been elaborated on, is just literally an argument from ignorance.
No, you basically just tried to make a whole entire paragraph and basically just trying to justify the fact that having a different interpretation wouldn't change its original regard. That doesn't prove anything. When, again, like I said, why would they being viewed differently not change anything?
Okay, for one, as I already explained to you, author's interpretation doesn't intend or change or alter what the original metric scaling for any tiering system or what the concept would be. This is, again, elaborated on within the text format. If you don't understand this, you just simply can't read.
I've literally read it, but it does change the scaling now because the verse used this concept differently, it doesn't have the same meaning anymore.
Yeah, so therefore the scaling would be physical embodiment of what the concept would look like differently. That doesn't change the intended metric scaling.
How?
I literally explained this on text. What don't you understand?
You really
Why?
Didn't.
Okay, no. Why does an author's physical interpretation of what a certain concept would look like automatically change the scaling?
Are you asking me?
Nigga, who else would I be asking?
Okay, nigga, but for a second, but that's alright, but I already told you, because now, since they view it differently, it's going to obviously mean that it's not the exact same thing anymore.
Yo, you're not answering my question.
I just did answer your question.
No, you didn't. I'm asking you, why does the physical embodiment of the author's interpretation of any concept change the scaling? The quote-unquote physical embodiment. No. Listen to what I'm saying. No. Shut up. Shut up. Answer this question. Physical embodiment, and not what the concept actually represents. The physical embodiment for any concept. Why does that change the scaling? Answer.
Okay, well, can you explain to me what you mean? Because I'm
What do you mean? I just said what it means.
The physical embodiment. Yeah,
the
like the actual regard of like dimensional
physicality
existence. Is that what you mean?
You don't know what physicality means?
Physical. Like it's...
Nigga, what else? What does physicality mean?
Physical, like you're physical. It's not. It's
physicality.
Yeah, like something like a ghost. That's not physical.
Basic
like body.
Shit. A water bottle, nigga. A fucking cat. An animal. Doesn't matter. Why does that said thing change the intended metric scaling for any concept? Answer.
Because now, since it's viewed as that interpretation, it's not going to have the exact same meaning anymore. So if I view it as a bottle, the concept of space-time as the bottle, it's not going to have the same scaling anymore. So why would being above the concept, why would being above a bottle make me outer?
You're asking me, why does being above the physical representation of the author's interpretation of the concept change anything?
I'm asking, why does being above the bottle make me outer now?
Nigga, okay, what does the concept represent in this context? What does it represent?
Alright, I just told you, so like, I'm giving you an example.
No, don't be retarded. What does the bottle represent?
Being above a bottle, like a bottle of water.
No. Don't act bad, because I already told you. What does the bottle represent?
A fucking water bottle. What are you talking about? What do you mean? What does it represent? It's literally in the exact...
not that smart. That's okay. That's fine. Nobody has to be smart as the other person.
Just dude, I just told you what I exactly just told you.
No, nigga, shut up. What does the bottle represent?
A fucking water bottle. What else are you? What is it else?
You're not answering.
I literally just did answer.
No, you ain't. No.
Yes, I am. That's literally what it would be referring to.
What does the bottle represent? I already said what it would represent.
No, you didn't. You just said you just told me that what it would represent. I said a fucking water bottle. You're above.
I said
a water bottle.
Even if the author's interpretation represent the physical embodiment of what the concept of space-time would be, it doesn't change the intended scaling. Nigga,
how though? Because you still haven't answered me. Why is being above the concept of water, or why is being above a water bottle make me outer?
Oh my god, bro.
Like, nigga, come on, basic shit, come on.
Nigga, you're the one completely just denying the fact that being above a water bottle is going to change the scale.
No, I don't want you to say the same thing over and over when I already explained it to you. Say something
different. Didn't explain it to me. You're also saying the exact same thing now.
Yeah, because your tiny ass brain don't understand what I'm saying. So, come on, say something different.
I literally am. I literally just answered your question. What are you talking about?
What?
I literally did.
Okay,
I literally just went over what you just said. And
I said, I'm going to slow this down for you. The author's physical interpretation on what a concept would be doesn't change the intended scaling. Step
How
by
does it not
step
change the
logic.
intended scaling?
Oh my God. As I already said, the author's interpretation, it doesn't change what the idea is within itself. You don't understand that? I don't know what
No,
exactly.
it literally does change it because now since
Why?
the author specifically made it, so this verse views it completely differently. So it's not going to have the
What?
same
Yeah, the
meaning.
author made the physical embodiment. Doesn't change what the applications are, nigga. You sound
How
stupid.
does? No, you sound stupid. You're trying
Why do
to
I sound
assume things
stupid?
right now.
Define what stupid means.
What does that have to do with anything? You're sounding
Because
stupid
you're
by
the
trying
one
to
that's acting
assume.
mentally deficient when it's already
You're
been
assuming that it's
elaborated
going to
on
have the
multiple
exact
times.
same scaling just because, even if
And
it's
I
viewed
explained why
differently.
it would have the exact same scaling. Don't say I'm assuming when it's already been
You
self-justified via
no,
laws of
you
physics.
didn't. You
Nigga, shut
just
up.
said it's going
No,
to be
no,
viewed the
nigga,
exact
I don't want
same
you to
way,
say the
even if
same
it has
thing.
the
I don't
same.
want you
It
to
has
say
a
the same
different
thing. I
meaning.
want you to shut up. No, nigga, I want you to hush. Because there's no way you're still trying to argue over the same thing that's been elaborated on multiple times. You're
Yeah,
just
you're
being
still
dumb at this
going
point.
over it, asking me to tell me
I'm
prove
doing
how
what?
it would be any different.
I'm doing what?
You're
Say
still
that
trying to
again.
tell me that just because it's viewed differently, it wouldn't change the scaling.
Yeah, and I explained why. Just because the author gives their own physical embodiment for the interpretation on what the concept of space time would be, doesn't automatically change the scaling. This is
How?
the exact nigga. It's been explained how. What do you mean how? You just sound stupid.
No, you sound stupid right now by
I
assuming
sound
it
stupid.
wouldn't change
I
anything.
sound
So
stupid.
being
Y'all aren't getting anywhere.
above a
Just saying.
bottle
What,
would be
nigga?
louder now.
Bro, nigga, you're not listening. It's not any regular bottle. We already know what the bottle would be within this context. Now you're just being a retard again and again.
I'm
Like we
not
can
being a
ask those.
retard. I'm just
Yes,
going
you
over
are.
the
You go
basic
to define what a
knowledge of
retard
this
is.
shit.
You want me to explain what a retard is? Something that's mentally deficient or someone that's acting stupid. At this point, you fit the criteria for both because there's no way you understand or can't understand something that's been said multiple times, nigga.
You
This is
didn't
like
say. You
explaining
just
from
said it
the
wouldn't
beginning. You
change the
sound fucking
interpretation. How
dumb.
is that you explaining anything? You just said it
What?
wouldn't change. It wouldn't change the scaling. How is
Yeah,
that an
because I
explanation?
elaborated on multiple times within text and in VC, nigga. Like what?
No, you didn't. You were trying. Okay, before portion of it beforehand, you were trying to explain from the structure of it. Yeah, sure, that can help with it, but that doesn't
What?
automatically say anything if the structure doesn't support it. If they view this concept differently, it's going to change the scaling depending on how it's viewed.
OTG, what did I just say? OTG. 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 OTG, nigga, answer. Oh my god, I'm gonna just say it again. Author's interpretation, right? He can draw anything that nigga wants to. It doesn't have to be a specific thing. Like, this cat can be the embodiment of dimensionality or whatever, nigga. It's what the author's own interpretation on what this concept would look like physically. Alright?
Would
Now,
look like physically.
mm-hmm. His
But
own
this is still
interpretation.
this
No,
is still
nigga,
that
shut up.
concept.
No, shut up. Shut up.
No.
Alright? It's his own personal belief on what this concept would look like physically. And this applies to all authors, okay? For example, the concept of time, it could be anything that nigga wants it to be. The concept of space, it could be anything that nigga wants it to be. The physical embodiment of speed, it can be anything that nigga wants it to be. This doesn't automatically change the intended scaling of the metric of VSBWs for that said concept. Alright? You understand
Okay,
this?
but I get what you made it a little bit more clear on what you were trying to say. But again, like I said, that's for the verse itself. So just trying to say that because this verse used it differently, it wouldn't change the scaling. That doesn't make any sense. If they literally intend the fact that it is being viewed differently, then it's automatically going to change the scaling depending on how it's viewed.
So you just basically said the same shit that's been put under the question. You understand that?
You literally just went over. I just explained it to you.
You didn't go over shit, nigga. No, you didn't go over nothing. You just said the same thing that's just put under the question.
Because why wouldn't it be any different? I mean, why
wouldn't it be any different? Okay,
because just because the verse views it differently. That's like trying to say that because now it's being viewed differently, that's going to have a different
shit over and over, nigga. I'm correcting what you're saying. Doesn't change anything. All right, author's interpretation or not doesn't change the intended scaling. This is like saying the concept of speed only depends on how fast the people are in the verse. which is basically the same argument that they're trying to propose at this situation. That's just utterly being retarded. Like, what are you talking about?
It's not the same thing, though. We're going
Why is
over
it
the
not
fact
the
that it's
same
being
thing?
viewed
It doesn't
differently.
inherently need to be the
So,
same.
because the fact that it's being
Analogy,
viewed
nigga.
differently, it's not going to have the same scaling anymore because
It's not
that
being
has
used
its own intended
differently.
meaning
It's being
for it. The
interpreted
original
differently,
meaning
nigga. What are
on
you
Versus
talking
Battle
about?
Wiki. So it
It's
wouldn't
not being
it wouldn't
used
really change
differently.
something if the
Shut up.
scaling.
Nigga,
It
stop
wouldn't
talking.
literally change it if
It's
the
not
verse
being
used it
used
differently.
differently. The physical embodiment is being interpreted differently. That's completely different.
It's literally okay because the concepts are they're a bundle of definitions and meanings. So because that's how it's being viewed, it's going to change its scaling if they don't view it the exact same way anymore.
No, you're not.
How is that hard to understand?
You're not listening to what I'm saying.
I literally am. You're saying the physical embodiment, but that's they're talking about that's their definition.
That audio was fucking terrible. Like, repeat that.
Yo, holy shit. Offers interpretation or not, the abstraction of what the idea actually is or not, the definition for the idea or not, because we just know a concept is just an amalgamation of all things that's relevant to that said idea. Okay, you understand this?
Sure. But again, how does this change? Because now, like I said, they view it differently. So how is this not change anything now?
Yes,
That's their interpretation of what space time is.
Medical series is views it differently. This again doesn't change what the definition for said term actually is. Just because I can view a car as the embodiment of all spatial and temporal,
it's not some subjective view. It's literally how it's viewed within the verse. It's not something subjective. It's literally how they.
No, stop talking because we both know you're gonna say something stupid. That's because
yeah, right.
Nigga, shut up. No,
nigga. No,
nigga, don't use the N word on me.
No.
Don't use the N word on me. Shut up. Anyway, because
Not even talking.
the author, right? The author has their own interpretation on what this concept looks like. And as I already explained, and I even sent you links for this, a concept is just an amalgamation, or AKA a fucking stuffed up bundle of what these all said things are in one abstract idea. Okay, we understand this?
Okay.
So just because the author has their own 2 cents on what this said concept would look like, it doesn't change on what the applications of said concept would be within Versus Battle Wiki scaling or any tiering system at all. You understand this?
But how would it not, though? It's literally changed the entire meaning just because they view it differently within the verse. How does that not? It literally changes. It literally changes the entire thing.
How does it change the entire thing?
Because they view it. It's not some subjective view and perspective. It's literally how they view it. No. Shut the fuck up.
No, nigga, shut the fuck up, bitch.
No,
it doesn't change.
That's literally what you're talking. You just said that it has all definitions. Therefore, it's going to be viewed differently.
Abstractions are completely different from a definition. So just stop talking and listening to what I'm saying. Now, say your rebuttal.
Like I said, because you said it's a bundle of an amalgamation of all those definitions and meanings.
Bundle of amalgamation.
Or you get what I'm trying to say. Either way, it's the same thing. So why would having this interpretation not change the scaling if they literally not in a subjective way they view it differently? How does that not change?
You're asking me why does a physical interpretation of something that's abstract change the metric scaling? Is that what you're asking?
It's not. That's how they view it. So why would it be any different now? I mean,
within that said hypothetical verse,
within that verse, now they have it.
It's the same thing as a 4D being existing physically as a 3D being. That doesn't inherently change at the fact they can't have 4D existence. That just means they're not bounded by the said laws of a 3-dimensional realm.
That again, like I said,
you're saying nothing.
Many times before. Because the fact that they view this differently, it's going to change the scaling now because now this meaning it's a completely different meaning to them.
Oh, the meaning and the physicality of the said thing is different. This is like saying Usain Bolt is the embodiment of speed, so nothing can be faster than Usain Bolt. Completely different, nigga. You don't understand what you're talking about.
You clearly don't know what you're talking about because it's you're trying to imply that it's not it's going to be the exact same thing, even if we view it as some kind of just some an object. like a wall, and now it's when my being above a wall, I'm outer now.
Okay, I don't know if you're stupid or like you're trolling. Physical embodiments doesn't change the abstract part of the said thing we're talking
That's
about.
how they view it. That's what it means to them. What we're talking about.
No.
Yes, that's
Concepts can
how
be
they view it.
physically
That's what their
anything.
interpretation is.
Like there's things such as abstract existences where we know someone embodiments an entire concept. That doesn't change what the concept itself is. This is
How does it
basic
not, though?
knowledge. How does it not? Because it doesn't change what the definition would be applicable towards. What do you mean? How does it not?
You're
This is
trying
where
to
we're
imply
coming
that it's the exact same as it would be
Oh,
IRL, when even though the verse literally conveys the fact that they view it differently, how it's not the same meaning to them anymore. That would change the scaling.
No. It doesn't change the scaling because, again, we know that physicality is different from something that's non-physical or something that's abstract. We understand this, right?
Yes, but this is how they view it. This is what it means to them. It doesn't matter what you talking about.
Stop talking to me. We
Stop
know
talking
that
to me. You're literally talking to me. What the fuck are you talking about?
because we know Usain Bolt and the concept of speed is completely different. We know that Usain Bolt is considered to be the fastest man on earth. That doesn't inherently mean that he's faster than the concept of speed itself. All right, you understand this? Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? Because the offer draws like a cat being the embodiment of all spatial and temporal existences, nigga. That doesn't change what the definition of the said term is. This also implies for Usain Bolt because
How does
we
it
know
not change the definition?
Shut up.
Okay.
God.
Like, I'm gonna need you to stop talking over me, nigga, because you're saying nothing. Anyway, because we know that Usain Bolt uses the concept of speed, right? Such as any other human that requires motion or any other thing that requires motion. And we know that the author can give their own 2 cents on what this interpretation for a concept would look like, right? But that doesn't change the said definition of this said concept. This is like saying, again, nigga, shut up. This is like saying, again, a 4D being going to a 3-dimensional realm automatically contradicts their existence as a 4D character. That's not what it inherently means. It means, I think, just lower the dimensional existence to a 4D realm. This doesn't automatically mean that they're bounded by the same laws of this 3D realm. It just means that they can exist within that same 3D realm. This also implies for a 3-dimensional character to a 2-dimensional character. You understand this, right?
Okay, yeah.
All right. So you understand on why a physical embodiment of a said concept doesn't change the intended scaling or what the idea itself is, right?
As I've been saying this entire time, that's their interpretation. That's how they it changes their definite. What are you talking about? Because that's how they. No, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You're not gonna just tell me not to talk over you and just try and talk over me. I'm trying to talk to you, and you're the one that's trying to talk over me right now. So shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
You're gonna say the same thing over and over again.
Let me talk. 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 As I've been trying to tell you this entire time. Now, because they do it as something differently, that's their definition now. That's what it means to them. And by being above that, if it's not the same as it normally is, it's going to change the scaling. Just because that's their meaning for it. That's what it means to them. So why in the hell does this not change its scaling anymore if it's going to be viewed differently? If they view it that's what they mean. Yeah, that's their definition.
Play the whole thing vaccinations. The whole thing vaccinations, bro.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Okay. Do we know what the 4th dimension looks like? The 4th spatial dimension?
No.
We don't know what that looks like.
Okay. Damn, bro.
So let's say an author gives their own interpretation on what this 4th dimensional realm would look like. Does this automatically change the intended scaling for this 4th spatial realm? Yes or no?
That's okay, but that's with a physical structure of space.
Yeah. And you're trying to make the argument that the physical embodiment of a concept instantaneously changes the intended scaling for the concept.
This is not the physical embodiment of though. This is how they do it. This is their definition to them. Because the concept is a bundle of definitions and meanings, right? We've just established this already. So this is how they view it. This is what their definition is. That will change the scaling.
Right? Is that what you've been saying this entire time? I can view this cat or this wall or this water bottle as the embodiment of all spatial and temporal existences. This automatically means the intended scaling for the said concept is altered, which doesn't make any logical sense because, as I already elaborated on, it's just the author's own personal interpretation of what this
so it's
concept
going to.
looks like.
You can't just automatically apply the scaling from that concept since they view it differently now. They do
the physicality of the concept differently, nigga. That's it. That's all they're
trying
doing.
to make an assumption that the scaling is going to be the same, even though the verse literally says this is their definition for this concept. This is how they view it. It's going to change the scaling.
Dagan, you're repeating yourself at this point.
God, this nigga's
I'm
repeating
literally
himself.
not repeating. This is what I've been telling you.
You've been repeating yourself for the entire time. This has gone nowhere.
And he's not.
If you want to provide another refutation to his argument, then go ahead. Otherwise, we can go to conclusions.
I just I've just been saying this. Repeating
the same thing is not refuting
this entire time. How is this not change anything since this is their definition for the concept?
Definition. Oh my god.
So their definition.
Wait. So everything that requires motion is now somehow the physical embodiment of speed itself?
What?
Because you're trying to make the argument again, just because this certain author views this certain concept as something differently compared to other authors, this automatically alters the intended scaling. This is like saying everything that requires motion is now the embodiment of speed because we all use speed or motion or fucking kinetic energy, nigga. Same shit. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
And this, okay. So you should also understand via basic common sense. Just because the author views something differently doesn't change the intended scaling. We can just go to conclusions.
Bro, it literally does because that's their definition now.
Okay,
why would
not
that change it? You're literally making an assumption off scaling.
Negan, you've repeated that like I don't know how many times at this point.
Okay, and then he's still not understanding. How does it have to do with anything? What? I mean, if he's not understanding what I'm saying.
You understand on why this is dumb?
What?
OCG, do you understand on why this is dumb? Yes or no?
Yeah,
because
it's pretty dumb.
So, if you have nothing else to say, let's just conclude.
Yeah.
I've already explained to you how many
times. Negan. If you have anything else to say other than what you've been saying, then go ahead. If you don't, then we will just conclude. Alright?
Alright.
So,
no, because
if you can provide an actual refutation, I'm giving you a chance. I'm giving you a chance. I can provide an actual refutation, then go ahead.
I already said what I said, what I had to say. So
that's your conclusion. Everything you said.
Yeah, that's what I say. Cause it's pretty much common sense here.
Common sense? You sure?
Hold up.
Yeah, I'm sure it's common sense.
You believe it's common sense?
Oh, yeah.
You like 100% sure it's common sense?
Yeah. How many times do I need to say it?
All right. Okay. We're gonna wait for OCG to say a conclusion.
Of course.
I'm gonna BRB. Hold up.
All right. We can just even ask the audience who they think won. I said it too because I explained on why it would be common sense.
Yeah, and I did too.
No, you did not. No, you did not.
I did. What are you talking about?
What we're gonna do? We're not gonna say the same thing over and over because we're not insane. You just said the same shit, nigga. Why you did nothing? Why you just said a whole bunch of nothing?
You really didn't do anything either. You went over the same shit.
No, I gave you entirely different analogies.
Nigga. No, you did not.
I didn't? Okay, so I never mentioned anything about speed. I never mentioned anything about dimensional.
Yeah, you said that. Yeah, and you said that multiple times too. You brought that same point up constantly too.
Because I've explained it in different ways instead of just saying it the same time over and over.
No,
like, come on, we can just ask anybody, nigga. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Oh shit!
Like, nigga, like we can literally ask your parents. Like, you would believe me, nigga. Like, I don't know what you're trying to do anymore.
I don't know what you're trying to do anymore either. So
It's very obvious because you can't understand what my argument is. Alright.
What?
I said it's pretty obvious because you can't understand what my argument is, my guy.
I do, and you can't hear
because you've been saying the same shit over and over. You don't understand nothing, bro. Like, ask
you don't, because you're literally saying the exact same thing over and over.
Ask anybody, nigga. Ask anybody, nigga. Like, they believe me. I guarantee they do.
All right, wait.
I think a coughing is more entertaining, yo.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh shit. Butt fuck me, nigga. Oh, fuck my big stink butt, nigga. Fuck me with my musty pussy.
I do have an update.
Fuck me in my booty. Fuck my butt pussy, bro. Oh shit. Yeah, get that doodle out, nigga. Dig in that butt. Get that booty butter out, nigga.
What?
Jen, should I post results and where?
Oh my god.
Yeah, post results. Explain to him why I won because he doesn't understand why.
I mean, I'm ready to debate it. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, fuck that doodle on my butt. Oh shit on your dick, nigga. Fuck me till you nut, nigga. Fuck nigga, nut in me, nigga. In that shitty butt, nigga. Oh, you fucking that dirty butt.
Yo, this audio is kind of crazy. I'm gonna need you to stop.
Bro, fuck me.
Okay.